Testing, testing. 1, 2, 1, 2. Hello, friends. Welcome to another edition of As the Sports World Burns, bringing you opinions on sports and other subjects. Using old school wisdom from a new school perspective. My name is Tony Burns, 30-year veteran sports writer in South Arkansas. Before we get too deep into it, let's go local. Want to say congratulations to the Parker's Chapel boys and girls tennis team. Both teams won 2A state tennis championships last week. For the girls, for the Lady Trojans, it's back-to-back state championship individually. For the boys, Parker's Chapel's Jackson Dyson, a sophomore, won a 2A state singles championship. The Lady Trojans, the doubles team of Bella Frisbee and Callie Martin, won the doubles state championship. Their teammates, Rebecca Hardy and Madison Sullivan, were the doubles runners-up. Smackover, Mackenzie Preston was the 3A, finished fourth in the 3A state girls singles event. So, congratulations to all the tennis players for a great season. Also, the El Dorado football team has won back-to-back games. They're getting ready to get to the meat of the schedule. They got some tough games coming up, but right now I believe they're in second place in the conference. They get ready to play the league leaders, Sylvan Hills. So it's put up a shitter pad for the Wildcats. They're looking pretty good right now, especially on offense. Coming around. A couple of weeks coming up for the Wildcats. First, the Arkansas Razorbacks. The Razorbacks. Woo! 3 losses in a row. The last one was to Auburn. Auburn is the first loss they've had. Arkansas has while being the favorite. The whole favorite thing, the polls, very misleading. Arkansas was ranked as high as the top 10. Arkansas was nowhere near a top 10 football team in terms of talent. They earned the ranking. They deserved the ranking after being Texas and Texas A&M, but just terms of talent, they're not close to top 10 talent. They're dropped completely out of the top 25 now after losing to Auburn. Got something. By the way, he says the Razorbacks, the lack of depth, the lack of recruiting over the past several years is starting to show up. There's only so much you can do. The defense, you've got 2 or 3 star linebackers trying to tackle 5-star running backs. And there's no scheme, there's no alignment, there's no scouting report that's going to help in that situation. It's just talent. I don't. The line and those kids from Arkansas are playing their hearts out. They're giving everything they got. And I think in the last game, I did one particular play. Grant Morgan from the 31 for Arkansas read the play perfectly. Knew exactly what was coming. Went through the whole untouched, completely unblocked. Had a beeline, had a just direct line at the running back, and the running back simply outran him to the point. There's just ain't nothing you can do about that. I mean, what are you gonna do? I mean, just talent. Just a 5-star against a 3-star, and as an NFL running back against a nice, adequate college linebacker, and Yeah, there's nothing to do. It's just talent, folks. People actually getting angry or getting frustrated with Arkansas and the football team. And the folks, Sam Pittman should have a statue of just for beating Texas and Texas A&M. Both of those schools have so much more talent than the Razorbacks have right now. It's not even funny. Arkansas's defense, thank God for the transfer portal. His whole defensive line came out of the transfer portal. Without those guys, I don't know where the team would be. The only legit, other than the defensive line, the only legit pro prospect on the defense right now is Jalen Catalon from second to safety. And he's out for the year. He just had shoulder surgery, and he's going to be out for the year. The defense, he didn't play against Auburn, and you could tell. I mean, the defense is not the same without that guy. Just be happy. This is a totally different Razorback team than from we had 2 or 3 years ago. Be happy with the amazing progress they've made, but expecting them to do top 10 things in the top 10 and beat these programs every weekend. You just don't get your hopes up. Give him time. He needs time. It takes a long time. People do not understand how low the Razorback program was in terms of talent. You just don't understand, especially defensively. And it's going to take a couple more recruiting classes to get out of that. They'll be better this week. On Saturday, they host UAPB, Arkansas Pine Bluff. The ESPN Football Power Index rates Arkansas as a 99.8% chance of winning. The Golden Lions has a 0.2% chance of winning. I've never seen numbers like that. Can I find a betting line? I don't. Maybe there's no betting line on it. I cannot find a betting line for us to pay. That's what if that goes. So I guess Las Vegas is the name for the line on that game. But we played at War Memorial Stadium in Little Rock. Kick off 11 o'clock in the morning. It will be on the SEC Network. And the Razorbacks should get a little bit healthier against the Golden Lions. Someone joked what's going to happen if Arkansas loses the game. What would happen to Sam Pittman? And I'll tell you what would happen if Arkansas loses to UAPB. When the bus arrives back in Fayetteville, he will not be on it. There's no way, but it's not going to happen. So don't worry about it. Then Arkansas will get a bye week after the UAPB game, and hopefully they get some guys healthy for the stretch run. They really would like. It would be great for the Hawks to win, I guess, 6 games to get to the play and get a bowl game. That'll be huge for the recruiting, for the future of the team. So these young guys get more practices, more playing time. They desperately need to qualify for a bowl game, and I think they will. But got to do it. Thinking it and doing it are 2 different things. So we'll see. But the football program is in good hands. It's still headed in the right direction. So 3 losses is tough, but Georgia's not going to lose this year. And you lose at Ole Miss 52-51. What are you going to do? And if the Auburn lost, Auburn is way better. How they were not ranked. Speaking of recruiting, Eric Musselman, our men's basketball coach, snagged another big-time 5-star recruit, Jordan Walsh. He got a verbal commitment. He hasn't signed anything yet, so, but he got a verbal commitment from Jordan Walsh, who's ranked number 7 in the class of 2022 by ESPN. He joins Nick Smith, who's ranked number 6 in the class of 2022. Sorry. They're both forwards. I believe 6'7", 6'8" ish. I don't know if they're play, but they're legit 5-star athletes. So I think Bobby Portis is the last 5-star signed. This is big time. And supposedly they have hopes on maybe getting another commitment from another top, I believe he's a top 25 kid. So, the Walsh young man, he said that one reason he wants to come Arkansas, Eric Musselman's NBA experience, and he said Eric, the coach told him he should only be at Arkansas for 1 year. So, Coach Musselman has definitely jumped into the one and done business. That means these guys only expect to be there 1 year, and then they're going to go to the NBA. So that means they have to gel very quickly, and they freshman jitters have to hit the floor running. We see what building your program around 3-star guys is doing for the football team. It's a slow build, but once you get the program going with 3 and 4-star guys, then you're solid because you get established depth with 2 or 3 stack classes, 2 or 3 in a row, 3 or 4 in a row, and then you have to back up. If you go one and done, you have a high ceiling, but you also have, if something happens, something goes wrong, you can crash very quickly. So we'll see how it goes. I'm eager. I haven't been as excited about Arkansas men's basketball since Daniel Gafford left. So hopefully we get these guys signed, first of all. And we people get excited about these verbal commitments. They haven't signed anything, folks. So and there's some other offers out there. They can go make money. G League, they can go overseas. So they're not on campus yet, so calm down a little bit. But still, Musselman's doing what he can do. Trying to get talent on the hill. So good luck to the whole. Before it goes, speaking of basketball, WNBA finals were concluded. Chicago Sky Candace Parker defeated the Phoenix Mercury. Don't have a lot to say. I did not watch the game. I watched that was game 4. I watched a little bit of game 3. My problem with the WNBA finals is the clinching game was on a Sunday afternoon. Why would you put your product up against the NFL on Sunday afternoon? I have no idea. That's been my issue with the WNBA for a while. They just don't seem to understand. Or it's frustrating. You try to get more eyeballs on your product, and you put it up against the NFL on a Sunday. If I was a WNBA, I would try to own Wednesday night. But hey, that's just me. But I heard it was a good game. I didn't get to watch it. Unfortunately, I think I'm speaking for a lot of people. Anyway, speaking of WNBA, let's close with the top 5 list. Today's top 5 list: the top 5 WNBA players of all the time. Top 5 WNBA players of all time. And before I start, Cheryl Miller did not play in the WNBA, but he's the only player that competed in the WNBA. So number 5, let's go Lauren Jackson. She's from Australia, 6'5". She competed for Seattle, won for the championship. Big woman who can play post up, go out, shoot outside, shoot threes. Lauren Jackson. Number 4, Cynthia Cooper. She played at USC, and then she's in the WNBA. She played for Houston Comets. Offensively, she's one of the best players the league's ever seen. She was at the very tail end of her peak for the WNBA began. She actually played with Cheryl Miller in college, so she's up there in age, but she had a couple of really big years for the Houston Comets. dominant team at the time when Blake was open. Cynthia Cooper's number 4. Number 3, Dana Taurasi for the Phoenix Mercury, UConn graduate. Current player, I believe she's my only current player in my top 5. She's an incredible offensive player, not so much defensively. A lot of people are calling her the GOAT right now. She ain't my GOAT. She's good, GOAT, whatever. Number 2, Cheryl Swoops. Played for Texas Tech. I watched her win a national championship in college. Texas Tech beat Ohio State in the championship game. Played for the Houston Comets, was part of that great team with Cynthia Cooper and Tina Thompson. Cheryl Swoops was a great two-way player. I believe she won Defensive Player of the Year a couple times. Great offensive player all around. He's what Diana Taurasi fans wish Taurasi was. Cheryl Swoops number 2. Number 1, obviously Lisa Leslie, great USC Trojan. Played for the Los Angeles Sparks, 6'6" center. She ushered in the new age, the new era, the new style of basketball with big women who go outside and shoot three. She can handle a little bit. Gave her cool with the first dunk in the WNBA, whatever that's worth. Yeah, I'm pretty solid with that list, especially top 4. Lisa Leslie is the best ever WNBA player. And with that, I think we're going to call it a day. So, I thank you very much for listening. If you're listening to this on YouTube, I would really ask you to subscribe. Maybe some numbers up on the stuff. Hopefully keep this thing going. Again, thanks for listening. As you were.